Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report here on a Tuesday. Barnes and Tony, once again, week 2 in the books. What's going on, brother?
Not much, dude. Happy to be here. Let's go. It's freaking Tuesday, Brian. I mean, a lot to talk about, dude. Some good Monday Night Football games. Try to stay up for as much as I could. I think I did an all right job. And then obviously, you know, like, let's go Mets, dude. We're back on the fucking Mets train. Like, it's 12 games left, right, or somewhat. So it's like, let's fucking dial in here. All right.
Yeah. Stretch run.
Yes.
Is definitely upon us. And yeah, it's just kind of an interesting time in sports with that. You know, just the beginning of the NFL season and the college football season. Mm-hmm. No golf this week, but next week, Bethpage Black,
the real
Ryder
deal.
Cup, Thorn. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude. Again, you know, I said this a little bit yesterday. I heard the commercial again today. Golf's biggest event or whatever it's being advertised as. Michael K doing a show in Times Square, whatever. Did you hear that?
No. I'm guessing a Friday show.
Oh yeah. I don't know the specific
it's always
details,
a Friday,
but yeah, it's gotta be Friday for sure.
Events.
But it's just like, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised. You know, like, I don't know. Michael K too. I mean, I don't know. Does he talk about golf a lot?
So you don't remember the 07 Masters he filled in for Nance?
Oh, really, dude?
No, come on, dude.
Oh.
Could you imagine though, Michael K calling golf?
Oh my God, dude. So I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I guess for him for doing something like that. But
yeah,
I don't know, dude. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But you know, I like we said yesterday, when it comes, you know, I think I'll be more jacked up about it.
Right. Once it's you know right.
Once it's right there, out in front of us, dude.
Exactly. So. Yeah, definitely a lot to get to. A lot of comments already, so we could start there.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like we have Ernie in the house with the year, dude. He says DTV exclamation point, baby. Let's effing go. And then Donna Lee, classic. Good morning, Yerny. She says, not to us. Just to Ernie.
Wow.
I know, right? Feeling a little secluded, excluded.
I guess.
Yeah,
right. Well, good morning, Donna.
No, yeah, good morning.
We'll be the better person.
Better person. Take the high road, whatever you want to say. Josh B. Yo, what up, fam? What's up, Josh B? Glad to have you in the house. My mother also in the house from work, probably. Says hi, fellas. Good morning, mom. And then Donna Lee says, what was up with the last night's games? And then she says, good morning, Barnes and Tony. What do you think she means by that? You think just the outcome she was surprised of?
I guess, but I mean, or
too late for Donna, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe the doubleheader, but
yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Were the Texans favored? Yeah, home favored.
Yes,
probably,
home favorite. Right?
But the Chargers were favored.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was what I expected.
Yeah.
Especially the first one down to the wire, and then she does sneak in there with the good morning, Barnes.
Yes. She does, dude.
So at least there's that, Tony.
At least there is that, man.
But yeah, I mean, there is a lot to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. The world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. This think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it, and there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones through the end zone. Touchdown. Quincy Williams leveling Murray. There he goes. Jamar Chase.
Not yet.
Touchdown Bengals. Stafford. Williams. What a hit by Buda Baker. Buda Baker just saved the touchdown.
Hey, all right. So this NFL segment is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes. the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at Velvet Llama and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. So quite the day in the National Football League yesterday.
What?
Donna's saying okay. She's talking about the Yankees game. But then what's the Hoover?
The games. Orange is the Hoover?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, dude.
I mean, one of these days we'll find out.
I guess I'm kind of lost.
But what I did want to mention, some injury news before we get to the game. Some injury news came out regarding some quarterbacks yesterday.
Oh no!
Big blow for the Minnesota Vikings. Not only did they lose that game Sunday night against the Atlanta Falcons, but J.J. McCarthy nursing an ankle injury. They're calling this a 2 to 4 week injury, and unfortunately for them, their backup quarterback Carson Wentz, hasn't been a full-time starter in a couple seasons, had one start where he just didn't have it last year with the Kansas City Chiefs. And they are calling it a high ankle sprain, which can be tricky. That's
Very
for
tricky.
sure. And J.J. McCarthy, or not J.J. McCarthy, but Kevin O'Connell saying he doesn't think they need to place him on short-term IR. But nevertheless, I mean, a big loss, and especially because McCarthy didn't play great. And who knows if, that injury made things worse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On Sunday night due to his performance. But, they wanted to grow with him in his rookie year here. And now this puts him out for a few weeks. And, and I just wanted to take a look here at who's coming up. And you kind of think, high ankle sprain, I would think that goes more to the latter of the 4 weeks. So if we do the full 4, you get the game against the Bengals. So that becomes a battle of the backup quarterbacks. Amazing. Here we are, week 3, and you have a game that features 2 backup quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
But then your Steelers at home. These are all home games, which does play their advantage. So it's Bengals, Steelers, Browns, Eagles. So at least you look at that. 2 of the 4 seem pretty gettable. Eagles will be tough. And Steelers, who knows? Who knows what version of the Steelers we're going to get? Obviously, they didn't look great this past Sunday in their game against the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll have to see about that. I don't know. I guess the only thing I would point to is I know last year was kind of weird with Wentz because it was the last week of the season. Chiefs didn't have anything to play for. Everybody was benched. He did look terrible, but again, no one was playing. And then you think about Kevin O'Connell. He's been in the system, all offseason, so he knows the playbook. Do you think that they could squirt by there, with a 2-2 stretch and before McCarthy comes back, or it might not even be that bad given that McCarthy wasn't playing that great anyway?
Yeah, no, I guess that does take you take that into account, but also, yeah, I think their schedule is a little bit, it's in their favor a little bit. Like,
all at home is great.
Oh yeah, definitely. All at home is great. So I think to come out of there 2-2, I think is pretty honestly like reasonable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I would say so.
What do you think about McCarthy though? You think maybe that like he's a little too injury prone, or?
I don't know. I think it's too early to say that.
Yeah.
Football, high ankle sprain, someone tackling you. I don't know. Is there? I question. And it's the same thing with these like random Achilles injuries or ACL injuries. Are there really can some be avoided and some not? I would think more can't be avoided than can be avoided. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you're somebody like me who's never stretched their whole life, and then okay, that leads to it. But these guys are obviously doing all that type of stuff, and I think it's just the perfect storm. It's like with roofing. We talk about the way the weather hits it, Tony. You know what I mean? The directional rain. It's just, it's just all the forces have to line up for it to happen. So I think some things are unavoidable. Who knows? But I'm just saying I don't think this is going to be a sign of things to come. It's just unfortunate. But I think they'll be able to get through it. Another quarterback injury here, Jaden Daniels. I didn't really hear anything about this till yesterday. But it's a knee sprain. They are playing the Raiders. They're saying his status is in doubt. Marcus Mariota, who hasn't started the game in a few seasons, would get the start should Daniels not be ready to go. And he did relieve him when he was injured last season. So obviously That's a tough situation for them. But I would think, obviously the Commanders have their sights on something big this year, making it to the NFC Championship game last year. I would think they're going to play it safe with him, especially because you're facing the Raiders. I feel like that's a game that, while they are improved and we do like Carroll, obviously they lost last night. But I feel like that's a game you could win with Marcus Mariota.
You should be able to, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about Mariota? I mean, do you think?
No, I always like Mariota, but I know Jay probably goes by the quarterback, whatever series.
The show, yeah.
Didn't he quit it? Right?
Yeah, he did.
I always liked him, to be honest. I don't know. I always thought like he was never in the perfect situation.
Right.
I think Tennessee's been a dumpster fire for quarterbacks for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to the Raiders, and wasn't really the starter there, or wasn't for a long period of time. And then Atlanta, I mean, I'm trying to think who was that was Arthur Smith. I mean, those were lean years as well. And then he does win them the game last year for the Commanders, and you do have Cliff Kingsbury there. So I don't know. I always liked him. Why? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man.
I mean, a backup quarterback. You can't tell me that he's not one of the better backup quarterbacks, honestly.
Yeah, no, I guess you're not wrong. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I was high on him when he first came in the league, but I don't know. I feel like he's had opportunities and hasn't really shown much, right? I mean, after what happened in Atlanta, I feel like it was kind of like, he was written off.
Yeah, it is interesting. Like we see what Daniel Jones is doing with Shane Steichen over there in Indianapolis. Like I do wonder though, if Marcus Mariota had latched on and been with like Kevin O'Connell or Sean McVay, would we have a different opinion of him? I think he got put in a bad situation. It's not to make the Zach Wilson excuse for him. The Jets destroying him. But I think far better quarterback than Zach Wilson. But that's a conversation for another day.
You better be careful, dude. We may be seeing Zach Wilson in Miami, dude. Like he may be getting out there, dude. Might be airing it out.
Honestly, one thing that I would say that he is perfect for is to get McDaniels fired, or McDaniel, excuse me, and then to get the number one pick. So if you want the number one pick, throw out the former number 2 pick, Zach Wilson. Why not, right? And then another quarterback situation. Obviously, we talked in length yesterday about Burrow.
Yes.
But former Jet great Mike White signed to the practice squad, I believe, with Sean Clifford as well, the former Packer and Penn State quarterback. So that's kind of interesting. We're talking about the possibility of Wilson or Cousins over there. But for now, it looks like they're going to go with Browning, and then who knows? If Mike White gets eventually an opportunity, that's going to be an interesting situation to follow there for sure, because it felt like coming into the year, big season for Zach Taylor, to keep his job and just for that franchise, very disappointing season last year. But I guess the whole thing is, I mean, it does appear, who knows with these type of injuries, but that Burrow will be back sometime in December. So, if you could somehow, just kind of stay afloat and be a couple over 500, I mean, you still have a chance at that point. And I mean, I do feel like too, when you do have Jamar Chase on offense, I mean, you do have a chance. I mean, he is unbelievable.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but I think maybe you alluded to it yesterday, and I feel a lot of people have been talking about it, just like how much of that offensive line can really protect Browning, give him time to throw to Chase. I mean, I just feel like that Cincinnati has not had a great offensive line in a long time. Definitely not with Joe Burrow. So it's just like,
I mean, we could always trade him Justin Fields
for Jake Browning.
No, but just in general.
Oh, just in general.
I mean, mobile quarterback. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they could probably use the legs. Yep.
A weak offensive line. And then Donnelly Redford, and I've heard this name. I have no idea who he is though. She just read that Robert Redford passed away. Jeremiah Johnson forever. Could you translate, Tony?
Robert Redford.
Yes. And Jeremiah Johnson. I just know there's a Jermaine Johnson on the Jets. That's the only Johnson I know.
Jeremiah Johnson was Grizzly Adams, right? Kind of. It was like that.
Oh no, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is like a little bit before my time. Robert Redford, I know obviously most for The Natural, but Jeremiah Johnson is like this role he played with this guy in the woods. You've probably seen the meme because he has a big beard and like one of those like fur hats on, and he's just like kind of nods.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, but that's him. That's Jeremiah Johnson, dude.
Yeah, to be honest, I still don't know what you're talking about.
It is pretty sad that Robert Redford has passed away. He was a tremendous actor.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you've never seen The Natural baseball
No,
movie.
but this is one of those times. No, I haven't. But this is one of those times like Ernie pops in and he's like, "Yo, you never saw this?" Or Alan,
Yeah. Oh,
what?
yeah.
What? And then he's always like, "Oh, word. Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't do movies, Joe."
And then Donna continuing, he's in The Sting, The Way We Were, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That was a pretty good movie.
Yes, it was. Right?
Yes, no, it was, dude. Take our word for it.
Anyway, on to stuff that I actually know what I'm talking about here. The Bucks 2-0. I mean,
Hey,
definitely an exciting game here. 20-19 over the Houston Texans. A tough 0-2 start with Houston, 2 one-possession games, and they lose both of them. They got off to a good start, 6-play, 64-yard drive capped off by Stroud to Nico Collins. Gave him a 7-0 lead, but midway through the first quarter, the Bucks answering back on a Ryan Miller 20-yard touchdown, so 7-all. And then the Texans did add a field goal on a 50-yard drive there to make it 10-7. But impressive rookie Emeka Egbuka caught a 15-yard touchdown 5 minutes into the second quarter to make it 14-10 Bucks. That was our halftime score, and that was a long drive, 14 plays, 77 yards. So Baker, and I'm trying to think, Baker with the Bucks. This is year 3, Tony?
Is that it?
Be.
No, I thought it was more than that. Let's double check right now.
Yeah, because Brady, this is his second year that he's not in the league.
Really? It feels much longer
third
than that.
year. Oh, so this is his 4th year?
This is his third year.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about this though. This is his 3rd year, so this is really only Brady's second. Or no, this is Brady's third year that he's not in the league. Second year announcing because he took that year off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. But
That's
anyway, definitely comfortable in this offense despite having multiple offensive coordinators, quarterback coaches, and this snapped, by the way, a 7-game Monday Night Football losing streak for Baker, but all those with the Browns, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But so no scoring rest of the second quarter, nothing in the third quarter. But Kaimi Fairbairn gets Houston on the board. I believe that was after a turnover. But it made it 14-13, and then they get the ball back again. Nick Chubb from 25 yards out. Don't get the 2, so it's 19-14. But you give Baker Mayfield 2 minutes. I mean, you know what happens. 11 plays, 80 yards, and they run it with Rachaad White. Don't get the 2, 20-19. That's the final score. So, a back and forth, tight game. Wasn't I guess you could say pretty, but at the end of the day, 2-0 is 2-0. And like I was saying, I think Egbuka's been impressive. Only 4 for 29 in this one, but obviously second straight week scoring a touchdown. And Baker, 25 of 38, 215, 2 scores, sacked 4 times, but no turnovers. I mean, what'd you make of this one? I mean, the Bucks ready for another run this year? Or?
I mean, yeah, absolutely, dude. I don't know if you saw this in the sideline last night, dude. I'm gonna share it, dude. Right before the game-winning drive, sitting there, Brian, eyes closed, dude. Dialed in.
I'm trying to think though. 4th and 10. Was this a timeout or something?
Maybe. I forget.
Because you know what I mean. Houston.
Yeah.
Unless they had just kicked. No. Yeah, so that must have been a timeout. Yeah, but eyes closed. That's fucking funny.
Eyes closed, dude.
Yeah,
like camera was on him, eyes open, dialed in, dude. And yeah, I mean the Bucks look good. I mean, obviously maybe you want to see some more out of Egbuka. Obviously, a lot to be still left in the season. Young player, yes. Mike Evans, I guess, did okay. I guess. But I thought Bucky Irvin was probably huge. He was
17
huge at the backfield.
71,
yeah, dude.
And Rachaad White had 65.
Rachaad White, obviously, with the touchdown at the end too. And even Baker, that drive, scramble. Dude. Yeah, there was he had some good scrambles, some good looks downfield. So it does, it certainly seems like that Baker is coming into this season with his that classic tenacious attitude, and that's translating to some wins in the field in a tough game against a divisional opponent. That's exactly what you need to do here.
So not divisional opponent, but
not divisional.
Yeah, interconference
yes,
opponent,
dude.
right? Or is it not interconference? Does that not make sense? Because inter means within the conference. So non-conference. opponent.
Non-conference.
Yeah, it sounds like we're talking about college basketball or college football. But anyway, nice win. And then tough for the Texans, coming off a year where Stroud kind of had that sophomore slump. I mean, I don't think he looked terrible in this one, 13-24, 207 touchdown. But I don't know, just kind of going back to last season, right? I mean, it just doesn't seem like the magic is there. I know they had that win over the Chargers on wildcard weekend last year, but it's just been a struggle the last year plus for the Texans, no?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you think about it too, I mean, the Texans had a lot of opportunity to win this game.
Yeah.
And just kind of let it slip through their fingers a little bit, I suppose. But I mean, what do you think it is? I mean, you think Stroud is just still like?
Well, I think the Tank Dell. I mean, I think that hurt. He probably won't be back this year. Fortunately, though, for them, they do. It's on the road, but they get Jacksonville and then home to Tennessee the following week. So an opportunity there to pick up a couple wins. And these are close games. Their defense is good. I just think, you need to really just be stronger offensively. Nick Chubb still looks like he has something left. Maybe give him a couple more carries. And then, Stroud sacked 3 times, but a QBR of 19.5. Maybe they need another receiver besides Nico Collins. I mean, you got Dalton Schultz, but that's just something to keep in mind there for Houston. But I don't think, everything's going to go haywire here. But, just you hate to start 0-2, of course. The percentages on making the playoffs. The Bucks get the Jets next week, so we might as well pencil them into 3-0, no?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's right, dude.
I mean, I will be shocked because Evans has been kind of quiet his first 2 weeks. Igbuka last night, only 29 yards receiving. I think this is going to, like, Baker, like, talk about like a daily fantasy pick. Baker, I could see like 400 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I mean, the Jets defense has not looked great. Not even Sauce has looked, like that type of player this season yet. So it's gonna be tough, dude. I would imagine. I don't know. I haven't heard much about Fields. Is he concussed or?
Yeah, they were talking about it on DNR this morning. It kind of seems like Tyrod Taylor might get the start, and then the whole just the extremes. Which, listen, I mean, obviously Fields looked terrible on Sunday, but just talking about how he's not gonna be your quarterback next year anyway. Like Tyrod's probably better, this and that, and it's just like I don't know. I mean, could we give him another start maybe?
Yeah. I mean, he looked good in week 1, dude.
And Aaron Glenn says it would be hard to play Jets quarterback if he doesn't practice soon. He's in the concussion protocol. So it seems like he's definitely dicey. But if he needs a week, he needs a week. But I don't know. I just think you can't completely write him off yet. But I was talking to another fellow Jets fan at ABC, and he was kind of bashing him, saying he can't throw. He went to the game on Sunday. I can only imagine what one Jason Libertelli is saying about this.
Oh my God, nothing good. Why did he comment?
See, no. I just figured to you, he must have said season over, all this stuff.
I haven't heard anything, so
but with
can't be good.
Season
dude.
over,
yeah,
basically, right?
Oh,
so yeah, we'll have to see, but that does not look pretty for the Bucks, and I wonder too, because they don't play the Bucks all the time, if they've played or no, they've probably played the Bucks. I was trying to think because I saw a meme about it. Like the last game wasn't when Antonio Brown walked off the field, but I don't think so. I think they played again against Baker, right? The Jets in the last couple of years.
I'm not totally sure.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
But it was funny because it was a meme. It was saying something like, "Oh, when the Dolphins lose another game, or by the time the Dolphins play the Jets in a couple of weeks, this is going to be Tyreek Hill." And then they show Brown waving to the crowd with his shirt off.
My God. Yo.
So it was 2023. So they did play.
They did play, yeah. They lost 13-6 at home.
Sounds like a Zach Wilson start.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no. Does this say NFL preseason?
Oh, it does say preseason.
It does say preseason.
Just go to StatMuse.
All right, that's 1976. Hold on.
2022. And it was the 28-24?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last game.
That was the last game.
So wow, they really never play. And so who's 3? So the Jets are 3-10 versus the Bucks? Is that what it is? Yeah. Have an all-time. Oh, no, the Bucks are 3.
No, the Bucks are 3.
Because they obviously had those lean years,
those terrible years,
way back when.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of funny. That feels like forever ago with Brown walking off the field.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, who would have known? Years later, he's a murder suspect and all this stuff. So,
absolutely crazy.
It's sad though, honestly, because I always really enjoyed watching him play, and I just thought the combo of him and Ben Roethlisberger was unbelievable. Even when he went to Tampa, I mean, they won
Yeah.
that Super Bowl. They had a really talented offense, but then he's doing the memes in the bed with Giselle and stuff.
Oh
and
my
it was
God,
it was
dude.
too much.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And it was kind of wild too. I feel like Tom Brady kind of like stuck his neck out a little bit. For him,
Exactly. But I mean, unfortunately, it's just that's whatever is going on with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
It's rearing its ugly head clearly. And then what does your mother mean? The president, man?
That's another
movie. Gotcha. And then Kev saying, "Let's go. We want the smoke." TCA 2-1. DTV 1-2. Good game, guys. So yeah, they are 4-2, and we are 3-3. But early, so that's fine.
Yeah, come on,
just
super early.
We got first pick this week too,
Which is
so
huge.
That should play to our advantage. If you think about it, home field is held. Actually, not really though, because we tied the first week. Whatever. I don't need to talk about that right now. But what I do want to talk about is the second half of the Monday Night Football doubleheader. We saw the Los Angeles Chargers 22-9, Tony, in Vegas over the Raiders. I mean, I saw this one coming. Clearly, Kev did too, because even though he's a big Raiders fan, he went with the Chargers with the picks. Mary knows all the President's Men.
Mm-hmm.
All these movie references. I mean, just
that's a great movie.
I can't keep up with it. But anyway, so you look at this game, and I felt like the Chargers really dominated this one. First play of the game, Smith picked off, the Chargers short field don't do anything with it, but do get a 38-yard field goal from Cameron Dicker to make it 3-0 Chargers. And then on the ensuing drive, the Raiders would go 10 plays, 42 yards, get a 54-yarder out of Daniel Carlson, tying the game at 3. But right before the end of the first quarter, Keenan Allen, a 10-yard touchdown pass from Herbert, an 8-play, 72-yard drive. Kind of interesting, Tony, because a lot of, thought was, Keenan Allen, the down year with the Bears, he's getting older. It was kind of like a throw-in. Oh, the Chargers just looking to shore up their receiver depth, but he's caught touchdowns in the first 2 games of the year. I picked him for fantasy in 2 leagues, kind of riled for that. But I think that might be one of the more underrated moves of the offseason, just because he's comfortable with Herbert. He has the rapport. I would not be surprised if Keenan Allen has a good season.
Yeah, me neither, dude. I mean, he kind of honestly reminds me a little bit of like Mike Evans, to be honest. And I feel like he kind of has that similar career path where it's like, most of the seasons you're looking at 1,000 yards. He's a little bit
double-digit touchdowns.
Exactly. Yeah. And at this point, he is, especially on the Chargers roster, like he's a veteran. So, I mean, I think he's going to be a go-to guy for Herbert, so which is pretty sick, dude. I think I have him in 1 league.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's sick. Good for him.
And I think an underrated receiver room there when you think about McConkey and then former first-round pick Quentin Johnson has also caught touchdown passes. Another guy that I got late in a couple leagues. So interesting. I definitely am high on the Chargers. I know a lot of people were questioning going into the year. We were talking about that.
Yeah, well,
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, exactly.
Herbert, too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they both set down good cultures. And I feel like, last season, a big, not complaint, but just a downside of that team was just the lack of experience. And I mean, they have another year under their belt, so you would anticipate, them trending in the right direction.
Yeah, and of course, yes, the whole thing that will come down to is the playoffs. Oh, they don't win the playoffs, this and that. But I don't know. I see them reversing that trend, and I don't right now, very early, but would not be surprised if they end up winning the AFC West. I don't know. The Chiefs obviously have dominated that division, but Chargers looking strong early. That's for sure. And it's like, some people were, Justin Herbert, is he really that good? This and that. It's like, listen, if the Chargers don't want Justin Herbert, the Jets would trade their whole roster for him. So I think he's going to be just fine. Anyway, back to the game. So Chargers at that point up 10-3. Second quarter, another field goal for Carlson from 40 on an 11-play, 43-yard drive that was stalled out. So 10-6 Chargers, but we mentioned Quentin Johnson. How about a 60-yard touchdown pass from Justin Herbert, a 5-play, 91-yard drive to give the Chargers a 17-6 lead. And they really didn't need to do much there as they end up winning this game 20-9, both teams with 2 field goals there. Crazy here. I was sleeping by this time, but just looking at this, when they were down 2 touchdowns, it must have been. I actually want to look this up. It must have been 4th and long. But a 19 play, 62-yard drive, the Raiders end up kicking a field goal there. It's like somebody needed him for his fantasy team, some type of prop bet. Just doesn't make sense in that situation to kick a field goal. But I'm guessing that was the scenario there early in the 4th quarter.
Do you think it was a prop bet scenario?
Pete Carroll, gotta watch out, right? Let's see. Okay, so it was 4th and 10, but I don't know. I mean, I guess there was a lot of time left. But regardless, you weren't going to do that, against this Charger defense. I think that was apparent. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I was impressed with Herbert in this one. 19 of 27, 242. 2 touchdowns, 9 yards per completion, only sacked twice, 75.8 quarterback rating, 5 touchdowns, no picks for the first 2 weeks for Justin Herbert, averaging about 270 yards per game. So clearly, off to a strong start to his season. And they didn't rush the ball that great. A botched handoff got a Marion Hampton kind of bench there in the 4th quarter. They go with Harris, but 26 carries, 81 yards. But the passing game, more than enough. Johnson and Allen, the leading receivers. Johnson, 3 for 71 in the score. Allen, 5 for 61 in the score. I mentioned to you me sliding in there in the TCA league because of Ladd McConkey only having 5 catches for 48 yards. So it was nice to go to 1-1 there. And then, you look at the Raiders here. Geno, I mean, it seemed like he was playing for the Jets. 24 of 43, 180, 3 picks, sacked 3 times, quarterback rating of 19. And didn't get Genty going because they were down, so they had to throw. 11 for 43. Myers, their leading receiver, 6 for 68, and Brock Bowers, a quiet game for him, 5 for 38 yards. So I mean, what do you think here? I mean, this is kind of what I expected, and obviously the Raiders were feeling good after that week 1 win against the Patriots, and I still think they're going to be a good team. Really like what Carroll brings, but I think the thing is, against kind of the evenly matched teams more in their league, they'll probably do well, but against a team like the Chargers that I think is just that much far ahead of them, I think it's going to be tough sledding, and that's why you saw the production that you saw from Geno Smith.
Yeah, dude. Like, what's the? I mean, I guess maybe that was a problem that he had, but I don't know, man. I feel like I thought he was kind of past making those like dumbass throws. You know, like I don't know what type of window he was looking at to try and fit the ball in, but these 3 picks were not good, dude. And I don't know. I mean, I know you're kind of high on Carroll and the Raiders, or were. I don't know if you are now, but it just seems that they're not going to really be getting away from having a losing season.
Yeah, exactly. I was just cracking up about the chat.
The chat, dude.
That's all I needed to say.
I couldn't contain myself before. I was losing it over here a little bit.
Oh, like I said, up the medication.
Yeah.
Anyway, so looking ahead here, at the Chargers, you're going to get another division game next week, home to the Broncos. So important game for the Broncos, that disappointing collapse there in Indy, the field goal, all of that. And then they go on an NFC East tour at the Giants, home to the Commanders. So
love that.
Little mix of everything there, those next couple games. And then they get the Dolphins, which is a gift, it feels like anyway. So definitely in a position to have a strong start to their season.
Ernie says he's back.
Yes.
Terrible service.
We'll need him for a grid. And then we got Pollock.
That's right, dude. Hi, fellas.
Yeah, good to hear from him. Been a little bit.
John.
Getting
Tigers.
ready for the playoffs. And then when we look on the other side of the field coming up for the Raiders at the Commanders, we'll see if Daniels plays. Could be a reunion game with Marcus Mariota getting the start. And then they get the Bears at the Colts and then home to the Titans. So, I think there's some wins in there. And while this was a discouraging game, I think they'll bounce back. And like I said, I had them around 500, this team, which is a far cry from what they've been most years. Sure, you had the one Derek Carr playoff year, but it's definitely been tough sledding for the Las Vegas Raiders. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think it's going to be.
And it's interesting with these primetime games, for the most part, we've had some good competitive games. Unfortunately, to start week 3, we may have a blowout on our hands. An AFC East battle in Buffalo, Dolphins at Bills. And we are looking at a double-digit line here, Tony, as the Bills are 12.5-point favorites. The total set at 49.5. Would not be surprised if they not only cover that, but then cover the total themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, right? I mean, I think this is gonna be a chalk game here.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's even uglier than it was against the Jets. So
yeah.
But that being said, I'm sure 50 million people will watch it, and there'll be a bunch of bets on it and everything. So I'm sure it'll end up being a good game. But it is kind of funny though. It does set up for one of those like Al Michaels tight, right?
Yeah, dude. Unenthused, just like
we bring it to Christina Pink as the Bills head to the locker room up 41-0 on the Miami Dolphins. Definitely could see that happening.
You think McDaniel can like halfway through the season?
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if he's an assistant coach for the 49ers by the end of the season.
That's tough.
Yeah, just no chance for him, unfortunately. And then I didn't mention this yesterday, but the Cowboys signing Jadeveon Clowney, the former number 1 overall pick. So that should help with the pass rush. And they did say that he is going to make his debut on Sunday for the Cowboys. And you look at Clowney, I mean, he's 32 years old, was the number 1 pick out of South Carolina, 2014, 5.5 sacks last season, I believe, for the Carolina Panthers. And in the previous year, he tied a career high with 9.5 sacks with Baltimore. So I think he can bring something to this Cowboys defense. Obviously, they need it anytime you give up, 37 to Russell Wilson, the Giants.
Yeah, it's not good.
But I think even though it's on the road, and sure, we've seen the Cowboys lose this type of game, and obviously the Bears are hungry themselves. I think that's a get right spot for Dallas.
I think so too.
I think they're going to run all over them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Bears really have the offensive capabilities,
or defense, right?
Yeah, for that matter,
Lions,
or
right?
defense, especially. I mean, you imagine at that point Dallas is going to put up 30, right?
Yeah. So
Chicago's not doing that.
Yeah. So should be a great week 3 in the National Football League. And what do we got from Pollock here?
He says, my Lord Scooble is injured.
That's tough.
It is tough, dude. You don't want that. But I think it's
and then what was he saying? The Tigers
crazy?
need to win
the series to prove they're number 1 in the division.
Yeah, I mean, things getting a little tight, but I think they'll still be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that that is a good segue here. If we could go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drilled deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right.
John Pollock here, maybe being facetious.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
tell.
Well, you could be down 5 games like the Yankees in the
division.
Yeah,
what the hell, dude?
Speaking of
you could have the Phillies clinch the division, dude.
Embarrassed yesterday in Minnesota. I mean, there's no other way to say it. The one lone bright spot in a 7-0 defeat was Carlos Rodon. Another great start for Rodon. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. So his 9th loss of the season, opposed by 16 wins, and the ERA sitting at 3.11. So, of course, listen, now what we want, 2 hits. I mean, you made Simeon Woods Richardson look like he was Fernando Valenzuela. 6 innings, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts. The elusive 11, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see that.
Career high, I think?
But it has to be.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not going to get all bent out of shape, and I'm sure all the people that love going negative with the Yankees are hammering this point home. I know we're going to be fine, and it's like you can't focus on last night. And I don't like the whole excuse of, well, I mean, from Boston, late flight, not enough sleep, long road trip. You know how people go
That's
into detail
ridiculous
about that stuff. You still should be able to beat Minnesota, but I think they come back with a vengeance tonight. And I think they'll get the offense going early and often. And you can't dwell on this. And you at least feel good about Rodon. One thing that is a little concerning, Luke Weaver got 1 out, 3 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks. So his ERA just under 4 at this point. So that's a guy, as we approach the postseason here, you want to get right. So hopefully he's kind of getting this spell out of the way, and then we will get back to the dominant Luke Weaver of old. But the facts are on this one, listen to these numbers in September for Luke Weaver, Tony. 3 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 10 runs. 2 homers. So, yeah, not what you want.
Not at all, dude.
Entered
What's
the
going
month
on?
with a 272. You're at 397. I can't really pinpoint at one thing, but obviously he's getting hit. So clearly that means location, spin, all that stuff. But I think he'll hone it in. He'll be fine. So it's just about getting back out there, building confidence, and I think that's something that he's going to do. So
if he doesn't kind of come around in time for the wild card, in time for playoffs, I mean, who's your guy you're going to instead of him?
I mean, I guess
Tim
if
Hill?
Cruz is pitching better, Doval had got 2
Yeah.
outs last night. But I just knowing Luke Weaver, he's gonna dial it in. So like I said, I mean it's not what you want. But he's gonna get through it. He's always bounced back, and that's what you got to hang your hat on here. And I mentioned the 5 games in the division because Toronto won 2-1 against Tampa yesterday. So you're really looking at the wild card here. Only 1 game lead there over Boston. So that's why it's important. Okay, just that's the thing here. Yesterday cannot matter if tonight is just a nice, resounding win. That's what you got to do here. So just whatever, move past it, take 2 out of 3. And I think Matthews is starting from Minnesota. So he's not exactly Phil Niekro out there, Tony.
No.
So you should be able to hit. And I mean, the winning percentage against the Twins is tremendous. And then Kev saying Weaver looking like Devin Williams did. I mean, obviously that stat line is a Devin Williams stat line, but that's somebody who's actually been pitching better recently. But listen, full confidence in Luke, full confidence in this team. And I can't wait to, get out there tonight. And Cam Schlittler will be getting the ball. So he was great his last time out. And he's really been great all season for the Yankees. So you feel like he's going to give you a good performance. He should give you, the standard these days, the 6 innings, the 2 earned runs. And I would not be surprised if he had a high strikeout total. I don't know if it'll match the Woods-Richardson 11 from last night. And then Kev, I don't know. I think he's just been hitting the flan in his van, but talking about Volpe starting. Volpe's not starting. Caballero is the starting shortstop. And yes, they were too weak to admit that he's lost his starting job, and instead they're using this injury thing. And just, I don't know, when they're asking Boone about it, he's not clear. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care how we got there, Tony. I think the important thing is that Caballero is the starting shortstop. So we'll take that and run with it. Yes, you look at tonight, you got Schlittler versus Zebby Matthews, who is 4-5 with a 5.06, 79 hits in 69 and 30 innings. Does have a decent strikeout rate with 80, 10 homers allowed in those 69 and a third innings. Cam Schlittler, 3-3, 305, and he has 63 strikeouts in those 56 innings. So yeah, you just want him to grow on what has been a very strong rookie season. And then Fishboy says, can't wait to beat down the Guardians. Yeah, I would expect you to. And no transparency. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, Kev, at this point, don't be transparent. Caballero starting at shortstop, no qualms on my end. So yeah, that's it. Just beat the Twins tonight and just move on. And that's it. And yes, is it annoying that most likely we're playing in the wild card series? Of course it is. But just make sure you're at home and make sure that you're that number 1 seed in the wild card. And that's it. And you move on from there. And then you look around the league last night just to kind of sum things up here. I mentioned already the Rays winning 2-1, or the Blue Jays beating the Rays 2-1, excuse me. The Cubs shutting out the Pirates 4-0. The Jameson Tyone reunion game He missed a lot of season with injury, but important for him to be back with the Cubs, making this playoff push. His 10th win of the year. Braves 11-3 over the Nats. Strider picking up his 6th win, opposed to 13 losses with a 4.64. Orioles over the White Sox 4-1. The Reds 11-6 over the Cards there. St. Louis really going through it this year. The Astros doubling up the Rangers 6-3. We saw the Diamondbacks all over the Giants 8-1. And then the Phillies continuing their winning ways 6-5 over the Dodgers. And what do you know? David Robertson picking up his first save of the year for the Phillies. And I think a couple people that might be watching right now laughing at the notion of signing David Robertson.
Yeah.
But I think both the Yankees and the Mets wished he was on their side right now.
Definitely. Now that the Phillies clinched the division title, so that's it.
Yeah. So
they won the title.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that was a given at this point.
Well, because they just won it, yeah.
No, but I don't know, Tony. I mean, maybe call me crazy, but just all in all, start to finish, head to toe, I think the Phillies are the best team in the National League. Honestly, I think they're better than the Dodgers. I know Wheeler's out. Turner's gonna be back for the playoffs.
Turner's gonna be back. Obviously, losing Wheeler was
But I mean, you still have
Suarez
and
Sanchez, who've been pitching very well.
Duran at the back end is great.
Duran was such a great pickup at the deadline, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think so too. I was talking to my buddy Tom actually. I think a couple weeks ago. And we were talking like World Series matchups. I was like, I can't really see. I think it's gonna be the Phillies. I wasn't sure about the AL. Okay, I was like not really sure about the AL.
How convenient, dude. Just wasn't sure.
It's tough.
The water jugs are
full over there. Do you never know? I mean, you get Detroit. You never know.
Detroit without Skubal. He's
Houston,
fine,
dude. Skubal's fine. I'm right negative,
fine.
dude.
Alvarez too. I don't know if you saw
not
that.
Good. Yeah. No,
is that going to be like a season ender?
I guess we'll see. Right, time will tell. But obviously, that would be pretty.
Didn't see the play, but heard it was ugly.
Yeah, I heard Rick and Dave talking about it this morning. But still, I feel like Houston's always kind of in it. But
they're not.
Until they're not. But I mean, they're
Tigers swept them last year,
dude. Yep, watch out. So and Yankees have a long road.
Yeah,
from the wild card.
Well, I mean, not. Oh yeah. Once the playoffs start, I thought you were talking about the rest of this season. I was gonna say, well.
Oh no, I'm sure that they're gonna be, even disregarding the loss last night, they're still gonna have home field advantage for the wild card. It's gonna be fine, dude. You're fine.
Everything's fine,
dude. Fish boy F Houston, he says.
And then what is?
Just don't worry about Boston. They have the nasty Sox in 10 days.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not. I've said this. I want to play Boston. I want to beat Boston. I want to play Boston. I want to sweep Boston, Tony. And I know that we will. And that's it.
Yeah, you should, dude.
And then what is he saying? F Houston. Remember this, Houston? Oh, the sweep.
The sweeps. Remember this, Houston?
Yes.
LOL. He's laughing at himself now. John Pollock. Getting a good kick out of himself.
Getting a good kick. What are your thoughts on Holmes versus King at Citi Field tonight?
I mean, you don't have a ton of confidence, I guess, in Clay Holmes, right? I mean, I was saying this the past few starts. It's just like that contact stuff just isn't really working. Especially.
Wait, is that tonight or am I?
That is tonight.
Okay. I clicked on Wednesday by accident because I saw Peterson after.
No, that'll be tomorrow. Tonight, Holmes, King. I mean, I don't know. With Clay Holmes, I mean, you look at his last few starts. The guy gives up lots of runs, doesn't eat up innings. You're gonna be walks a lot, dude. You're probably looking at 5 innings. Maybe 3 or 4 earned runs,
4
walks, dude. Again, I think, he had some bright spots. I'm trying to figure out. He had at least one good start, I feel like, out of his last 5. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I will, you're kind of standing by the offense. Your offense is going to have to pick up where Clay Holmes is going to be leading off, that, and you never know. I mean, your bullpen may give up a few as well. I know Padres, their past 3 weeks or so have been kind of like, inconsistent. Every other, they're losing. A couple losing streaks, not playing their best baseball either. But I mean, you look at their last 2 games. I think they put up 20 runs in the Rockies, in San Diego too. They weren't in Colorado, so 20 runs in their last 2 games. I mean, the offense could be there, and it just seems like on any given night they could be that impactful. So, The only thing you're kind of looking for is that Michael King, who has struggled with injuries this year. I think he had like some shoulder problem, out for a little bit, sidelined with some knee inflammation. I think this is his first game back in a little bit, maybe first or second.
I think second.
Second.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you would hope because of that, it's like,
Because of this, because of
get
that.
hit on, dude. But I don't know, I mean, last I checked, the Padres have a great bullpen. So hopefully you can just get the King early, get him out of the way, forcing the Padres here, maybe one too many bullpen arms, maybe they give up a few, and then you take this game with some offensive prowess is really what you're
watch
probably
out
looking
for Wandy Peralta late versus Soto.
Oh,
throwing 100 changeups.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. I mean, at one point during the season, the Padres had the best bullpen in the league. So,
you still got what, Roberto Suarez?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you try to maintain some positivity. Like I said, the game plan I just laid down for you. So you got to get out there, you got to be aggressive at the plate and execute.
And I see Pollock saying Tigers Phillies, but I think he means Yankees Phillies. But do we have updated picks at all?
Yeah, we do, dude.
Okay, what are we looking at?
So after last night, this is up to date here. I am 51-41, and you are 48-44. There's a 3-game lead right now.
Okay, headed back in the wrong.
You had a little bit of a tough night last night.
What was it? 1-5?
2-4.
2-4. Yeah. What are you gonna do? But I go first, don't I?
I think you do.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
let's strike up the music, Tony. And we have an MLB pick segment here, brought to you by the Velvet Llama.
That's right, baby.
So we're gonna go to Minnesota. We're gonna go to Target Field.
Wow, okay.
And we're gonna go with Cam Schlittler over Zebby Matthews.
Hey now.
We laid it out before. 2 hits last night. Embarrassed. But maybe 10 hits, 10 runs tonight. And I think Cam Schlittler, 6 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts. Judge, Stanton, Jazz going 30-30. An absolute rout here. I think it's Yankees 10. I think Paul Blackburn pitches the final 3 for his save. And it's Yankees and the over.
Yankees over. Wrote that down for you, dude. Yankees over. All right, let's go. I'm going to go back to the well here. Okay, we're talking Chicago. We're talking Pittsburgh. We're talking Paul Skeens, dude. Getting the start here over there in Pittsburgh. Skeens, hasn't done great against Chicago, I feel like, this year. Neither have the Pirates in general. They're down in the regular season series, I think 3-1. Yes, but I say they win tonight. I think Skeens dials it in right now. I think he goes 7 scoreless. Cade Horton, 10-4, 2.70 ERA for the Cubs. Obviously having a pretty solid year, 110 innings. Only 89 Ks, though. Not the strikeout guy that Skeens is, obviously, but still can boast a pretty good start. Say quality start out of him, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Pittsburgh wins this game. I'm going to say you guys a score of 2-1. Pittsburgh under.
All right, I'm going to go to American Family Field in Milwaukee, and we have a pitching matchup here of Freddie Peralta versus Caden Donna. And you look at the Angels, 69-81, so going to be under 500, out of the playoffs yet again with Mike Trout, and the Milwaukee Brewers, 91 victories.
Kind of crazy.
48 of those at home, and Peralta's been great, 16-6. 269 and 185 strikeouts, 163 and 2/3 innings in the Renaissance season for Christian Yelich. 28 homers, 96 RBIs. You got Sal Frelick hitting 295. I think this is honestly the old Brewer beatdown, sausage races and all. I think Freddie Peralta, 7 strong, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. Give me a cycle for Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
And I think the Brewers win 5-1. So it's going to be the Brewers and the under.
Brewers under. Let's see, dude. I guess we'll go to Nationals Park. Why not? To Mackenzie Gore here, towing the slab against the Atlanta Braves. Chris Sale towing a slab of his own here. 2.52 ERA, record 5-5. Obviously, Braves we know are not great. Over under is 6.5 here. I don't know. I think maybe Braves a little bit of offense here. They're looking to make it 3 in a row after pouncing on the Nationals last night. 11-3 they won. So I think they run it back. Braves over. Braves put up 8. Nationals put up 2. And the Braves make it 3 in a row.
There we go. So we're going to go number 3 here. And I am going to go with I'm going to go with the wow, I just had this and I lost it. I'm going to go with the Royals, all right? Michael Wacha, 9-11, 345 earned run average, going up against Logan Gilbert, 4-6, 354. Kauffman Stadium, Royals hanging in there by a thread, 75-75. I don't know. Wacha, I think he's been one of the more underrated pitchers in the league. Gilbert's been okay. The Mariners are 7 under away from T-Mobile Park. This is an under game. Wacha 6 strong, not a strikeout guy. Probably 5 strikeouts, but only 1 earned run. And I think the Royals, the Sal Perez homer, winning this game 3-1. Royals in the under.
All right. Well, I guess I was kind of debating it. What am I going to do here? I think
dramatic. He was going to take the Mets the whole time.
No. Sure, dude. Let's go to Citi Field. Okay, let's go to Flushing. Let's go to Queens. Let's see the Mets take on the Padres. I laid it down earlier. It's going to have to be a highly offensive night here for the Mets if they want to win here to make it 2 in a row. Whoa. And I think they will, dude. I think Pete Alonso, 2 homers tonight, dude. Reaching 120 ribbies, leading the team. Great job. Clay Holmes consistently okay through 5, I guess. Maybe 5 innings, 2 earned runs, maybe 3 earned runs. Bullpen gives him a couple. But maybe, that late home run, second of the game for Alonso, puts them up 9-7. And then they slam the door in the 9th, and the Padres look to die another day, Brian. Give me the Mets. Give me the over winning this game.
Just like that. That's your MLB 6-pack pick segment, Velvet Llama. But we can strike the music back up. Another edition of the Immaculate Grid, which is going to be brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm.
Right,
and an interesting one today. There are some ones that were pretty easy that I'm going to go with here.
Dallas Keuchel.
So I was going to go Bobby Jenks.
Okay. White Sox pitcher.
Because I don't know. Keuchel didn't make the All-Star. No.
All-Star.
Yeah.
Whoa. Bobby Jenks. Bang. 2%. Did you want to do Keuchel for pitching in a game?
I had PV. But whatever you think.
How do you spell PV? Is it
A.
P-A?
Yep. P-E-A.
P-E-A-V-V. Oh, it is just 1 V. I don't know why I thought it was 2 Vs.
Come on.
0.6, dude. And then you want to do Dallas Keuchel for playing in the majors?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would probably be pretty low. Why not? There you go,
Bang,
Tony. There you
dude.
Go. You want to have a low one? How about Dead Nuts? Right down the center, the bullseye, Tony. Part of the Killer Bees with Dylan Betances.
Oh, no.
And Andrew Brackman is Manny Banuelos.
Manny Banuelos. There we go. 0.5, dude.
And how about another point? How about bottom right, Juan Pierre. Everyone forgets.
Juan
disappointing
Pierre,
tenure with the
dude.
Cubs. And speaking of a disappointing tenure with the Cubs, one up from him, Craig Kimbrell.
Ooh. 0.7, dude.
And then as the All-Star for the Cubs,
Was Marcus Stroman an All-Star for the Cubs?
No, I don't think so. I had
Really?
Kerry Wood.
All right. Kerry Wood, 3%.
And this is kind of where
Yeah, I
Erdini
don't
comes
know,
into
man,
play
dude.
with
This
Mexico. Do we got anything? He's just saying hi. And he's
saying
to
Fish
boys.
Boy, Indiana
like,
Jones.
Jones.
Zing.
But it's just, I'm trying to think, Mexican baseball players.
What, is Evan Longoria from Mexico?
I don't think so.
No, I mean that seems like I don't know.
That was kind of a stretch, no?
No,
he was born in Florida.
no.
I gotta look this up.
I feel like if anything, maybe he's like Texas born or no. I don't think it was from Texas. I feel like he's got to be from around the border, dude. Longoria is Mexican.
Let's see. So he was born in California. Yeah, but he could have bordered California. Downey, California.
Mexico? Yeah, maybe that border is Mexico.
Okay, actually, you do have a point here. His father is of Mexican descent, but his mother is that of Ukrainian descent.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Tony.
God, dude. I don't know. There's not a lot there. It's kind of crazy. And then Chavez, says Kev Do. Jesse Chavez?
Jesse Chavez. Yeah.
Played in the majors?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with Kev Do here.
So Jesse. Yeah.
Jesse Chavez, yeah.
No. Wow. See, I wonder if Orozco or no. But let's see. Kev Do.
Jesse Orozco?
Wow.
No.
This is like, Jesus. Well, we got to fill this out. So how about
That's kind of tough, dude.
Vinny Castilla for the All-Star? And then I guess Fernando Valenzuela. Yeah, so not good, Kev. Not good.
Not good.
I think that was rigged, dude.
Oh God!
But
dude.
let's strike the music back up for
the
an
football,
NFL
dude.
grid,
Right, dude.
and we would like to
Let's
have
get the football
some people
up here.
on hand for
Let's-
this one. These are never easy, but the Packers are in this grid, Ernie. So really could use your help here. But let's get started. So we'll go top left. Michael Vick.
Mike Vick, dude. Oh boy. 11%.
And then Jets Bears, Thomas Jones.
Jets, Bears, Thomas Jones. Oh. 9.
And then how about 20 pass touchdowns?
New
this
category.
season? New category. A little nostalgic for Michael Theophil. Vinny Testaverde. There we go. 9.
Back-to-back 9s, dude.
So for the 20 touchdowns for Green Bay, I figured just go Jordan Love because everyone's going to say Favre Rodgers.
Let's do it, dude. Jordan Love.
Still high, but they're probably higher.
I mean,
if there's
30%.
such a
That
thing.
that kind of.
Or it's basically all the same.
Yeah.
And then below Jordan Love, Phil Simms.
Phil Simms is a good one, dude. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Boom, boom. What the hell? Oh, there we go. 15%, dude.
And then Steelers Giants. I
Steelers, Giants.
I know Plaxico. I was just trying to think if there was somebody who would be less, but I don't know. Nothing's really
I don't know.
coming to mind. I guess we could just make sure if we have anything in the comments. He meant Eric Chavez, but I don't even think Eric Chavez is Mexican, to be honest. Could be wrong
I'll
though.
look it up.
But could use Ernie's Packer expertise here.
He was born in LA.
Okay. So
How
how about that, Kev?
it's tough.
Either
dude.
way you slice it,
It was a tough category.
you screwed us, all right? Anyway, I guess since,
Ernie, I guess, is back in. Says, wow, I was behind LMA. I don't know what the deal is with that. It happened to Josh yesterday.
Yeah.
That happened to Ernie, dude.
No, because I think what it is you have it up on your computer. I don't know if he's watching on his computer. He might be watching on his phone. And then you go to another tab, it doesn't update. Because I know that when I have it up on my screen. But
It's
anyway,
embarrassing.
just go Plaxico bottom left.
Yeah, let's just fucking do Plaxico bottom left, dude. Plaxico, Burris, 48%, dude.
Bears Giants. It feels like that's a category where there's got to be a ton. Just trying to think about this. Green Bay Steelers too. It's just tough because
Two
Green Bay
historic
doesn't sign
franchises.
a ton of free agents.
Kev, do give you the middle finger.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. No, I don't know.
Oh, I know it. Giants, Bears, Brandon Marshall. Make sure it's the right one because there's two.
Brandon Marshall.
I think it's that one.
Yep, 38%, dude. All right, two more here: Chicago, Green Bay, and Green Bay Steelers.
Chicago, Green Bay. There's got to be a million. Those teams have been around forever.
Pittsburgh Packers, John
Kuhn. There we go, Ernie. There we go.
Oh, come on, dude. John Kuhn. There we go, dude. 5%.
5%.
Chicago, Green Bay, dude. Singletary, is that what Kev's trying to say?
Mike Singletary played for the Packers?
I don't know. He is not saying who.
Yeah, he always he always gets mad at me, but it really is because he's blonde out.
Like how
he doesn't realize it, but he is. And I'm sorry, Kevin, but that's just the truth. But anyway,
one more.
Singletary, the Packers.
Dead nuts. Giants, Bears.
It's Packers, Bears.
He says Giants, Bears.
I got you. No. I thought you meant about the.
No.
And by the way, incorrect. I had to look this up. Mike Singletary's entire career was with the Chicago Bears, as he goes with the playoff excuse of "I'm driving" and texting.
Well, fucking be careful, man. Fuck.
Yeah, you shouldn't be texting and driving. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
shit.
But all right. So Packers and the Bears. I was just trying to think about let's see. No.
Lazard, Romeo Dobbs. I don't know.
Like cornerbacks. I
Cornerbacks.
can't believe Ernie doesn't have one here.
A safety. A kicker.
Even the kicker, because Mason Crosby. Cedric Benson. There we go. Thank you, Ernie. What was our
one?
I think that's our lowest we've had,
dude.
right?
I think that's great, dude.
Who was the running back of the Giants last year? I know they had Tyron Tracy.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, Devin Singletary. Oh, that's no, but even so, Devin Singletary didn't play for the Steelers, for the Bears.
Over the Bears, rather.
Devin Singletary was on the Texans. But yeah, Cedric Benson. That's a little nostalgic. That's I think he was in Aaron Rodgers' draft, if I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy.
That was a while back. But yeah, I feel like we're finding our feet a little bit.
I think so. I gotta get a little bit more into it.
But I like it, right? Like it's something different.
Oh yeah, exactly. I like the segment. It's a good segment, dude.
And then we talked about this off air, but didn't talk about it on. And we're gonna have to start talking about this subject soon because the season will start before we know it. You got JT Miller, next captain of the New York Rangers. I wish Tommy was here to talk about this. But what's your thoughts here? By the way, first preseason game 4 days away. Can you believe that?
I cannot.
Not for the Rangers,
that,
but it's the Blue Stars.
Regardless, dude, hockey is around the corner. I don't know, man. I guess in terms of JT Miller being the captain, good for him. The guy, obviously puts himself out there on the line, plays a good physical game. I would imagine some people probably don't agree necessarily with him having the C on his sweater, but I guess I think it's a good thing. The guy has also, like many years in the Rangers organization. I think he's going to be a good clubhouse guy, a good leader on and off the ice. And I think he's someone who can, jack these guys up, dude. Give these guys some more, just a reason to play, and I don't know. For me, this Rangers season, I honestly, I'm not really sure what to think. You're, I guess, optimistic because of Sullivan and the coaching hire. But I don't know, man. This roster just, I don't know. It's hard for me to be positive. Not gonna lie about this Rangers season. They could come out here and be good. But I don't know. These past 2 seasons of the Rangers, I feel like that put, at least me, I'm not going to say just their fans in general, I'm not going to speak for everyone here, but really demoralizing, dude. Very, very demoralizing. I really thought that we would have seen the Rangers raise the cup.
Yeah. So I thought that 2 years ago, last year, like I told you, they they didn't make the moves before the season. And obviously, as the season went on, it was evident that those moves were made too late. But I'm actually like, if you compare how I felt going into last season, I actually feel better because I feel like we've gotten rid of the dead weight. Maybe not Mika. I think he's still napping right now. He probably hasn't woken up yet. But yeah, I feel like we got rid of the dead weight. And then, like we were just talking about with JT Miller, love him on the team. Obviously, it was during the season, so this is a long time ago. But the fact that you don't have Trouba, you don't have you traded Kreider in the offseason, you traded Keandre Miller in the offseason. I just feel like it's new energy, it's a new coach. I feel like Mike Sullivan, familiar with the organization and the ultimate professional. Tony, I know this isn't a big bar to go from, but you really don't think that they're gonna have a better year than they did last year?
It's possible, I guess, but they missed the playoffs. Like,
right. So I'm saying, is I think that that they are
yeah, dude.
I just have someone text me and I just don't know what they're talking about. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they're flanned out too.
Anyway, I think they could be a wild card team.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. It's just at this point, I really question Chris Drury. I mean, it just seems like these past couple seasons, every piece they brought in, whether it be a veteran talent, when they brought in Kane, Tarasenko,
Miller worked.
Miller worked, but even down the stretch, I mean, Miller didn't do what you really needed him to do.
Season,
I hope so.
With Mike Sullivan.
I hope so. I really hope so. And listen, I'm not saying that Miller's a problem, but he was coming from Vancouver. They had huge locker room problems over there.
He wants to be a Ranger.
I'm sure he does want to be a Ranger, dude. But at the end of the day, it's just I still sit here, and Mike Sullivan or not, I kind of question whether or not that this roster that Drury has kind of constructed, which, yes, you dropped some dead weight and you added a few pieces.
A lot of dead weight, really.
But I don't know. Do the guys on the roster already? You're talking about Mika, like not waking up yet. It's like the guys on the roster you were that confident in, and then
wait till March.
How much confidence do I have in the guys that that were brought in by Drury to be good? I mean, his past few seasons, if not most of his career as a GM, like the track record isn't phenomenal. There's been so much turnover. And it's like, wow, yeah, JT Miller's our captain. The Rangers trade their captains, all right, dude. So who knows if this is going to be on the trading block come this deadline of the hockey season. I don't know, man. It could be tough. I think, yes. You have to, I guess, just put a lot of you have to put your life this season in the hands of Mike Sullivan, I guess. I just hope that that's what Drury did when Sullivan came in. It's like, hey, bud, like you're obviously a tenured coach around the NHL. You've won, multiple Stanley Cup playoff appearances. You've won the cup before, dude. That's the experience you want in your coach, albeit you could do the same thing with Laviolette. But I don't know. I think that Sullivan is better. Yes, you hope that the roster is better, but right now I have not a lot of confidence, dude.
It's kind of funny. I feel like we've traded places.
Yes, I do think so, dude.
You think about 1 year ago.
I know.
President's Cup team. We need to make.
Well, that's what happens when they fucking blow it, dude. They just fucking totally break people. Okay, dude. And that's what I am right now. I'm broken.
Yeah, but you know what it is, Tony? I'm sitting here and I'm not saying that they have a chance to win it all.
No.
Like they definitely don't. And I don't know if that's kind of what
that's what I want. Yeah, I want to win a cup.
Okay, but to win a cup, you have to start somewhere. And I just feel like with Berard, with Peralt, they're starting a foundation, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you've always been higher on him than me. If Igor is so good, you're telling me that he can't sneak into the playoffs? It seems like if he can't, then he should be gone. If that's the case.
No, listen, I'm not coming at Igor. You can have a great goaltender. Look at Connor Hellebuyck. He's the best in the league, and the Jets can't make their way to the cup final, even through the playoffs.
But all I'm saying is, if you're that, we're just talking about being a wild card team. If you're that good, you're in the playoffs as a goalie. I think otherwise you're not that good, honestly.
So you think he's not that good then because they missed the playoffs?
Well, I think that was a special circumstance. I'm saying he's going to be in the playoffs this year, but also I've always told you his cap number is too high, dude. Right?
Oh God, the
right
cap.
Or no?
No, you're paying a lot for him. You're paying a lot for him, dude. But I mean, I don't know. I guess
No playoff shutouts.
no playoff shutouts.
Tommy always gets
I mean,
defensive when I bring that up.
I mean, I guess time will tell. You know, I mean, I guess you could say it's like you and Aaron Judge, right? If anyone brought up in the playoffs, you get defensive. You know?
I mean, I think it's fair to say though, Aaron Judge is better at what he does than Igor. No.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because like,
I mean, I don't know.
But you
dude.
think about cross sport though. I think a better comparison is Connor McDavid. You know what I mean? Because it's like Igor's not one of the top players in the. I know, you know. Hockey
well, I mean, he's one of the top
goalies.
He's one of the top players in his position.
I'm trying to think though. Is he even top 5?
Goalie?
Yeah.
I would think by numbers, yeah. You got Hellbuck in there. You're probably putting Ben Ottinger.
I think Bob is better right now.
Bobrovsky, yeah. But then it's like, then who else? Are you gonna like try and sneak in Vasilevsky? I mean, yeah, like last year, he had some good numbers. But like between 2 more goalies, I mean, one of them should be Igor.
I would rather honestly have lower salary. I'd rather have Calvin Pickard. Come on,
dude. Come on, dude.
I was looking at like I guess this
numbers?
is updated. I'm sure this could change, but the starting lines for the Rangers this year. So they're saying Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere is line 1, Cooley, Miller, Zibanejad line 2, Peralt, Parasinen. How do you say that? Is it Parasinen?
I think so.
Brodzinski.
Parsonen, maybe?
Yeah, Parsonen, right. Parsonen. The third line, and then the fourth line, Edstrom, Carrick, and Taylor Radish. And then your defensive pairings, Gavrikov and Fox, Susie and Borgen, Vakanainen, and Braden Schneider, who feels like he has 9 lives over there.
Yeah.
And then the power play of Lafreniere, Miller, Panarin, Zibanejad, and Fox. What's your thoughts on those kind of groupings?
I mean, I like seeing Will Cooley on the second line. You know,
yeah,
Cooley's a great guy. Obviously, I think him paired up with JT Miller, I think they're going to pack like a pretty, heavy physical punch in the second line. Hopefully, feeding Mika, I guess, is what you want there. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess, Peralt, Parson. I'm not I know Tommy always liked Brodzinski. I don't like Brodzinski that much. I don't like Carrick that much. I don't know much about Taylor Radish. Adam Edstrom is interesting. Obviously, a big boy. I'm curious to see, I guess how it kind of plays out. But again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that first line, Trocheck had a lackluster season last year. Obviously, Panarin, started off very hot, maybe fizzed out at the end. It seems like, playoffs doesn't really show up. And Lafreniere is another guy who I still feel like leaves some to be desired. So Lafreniere, it's almost like, dude, if you don't have a good year this season, it's like, I'm almost fucking done with you.
We have who?
Lafreniere. Yeah.
I think you're being a little strong.
Maybe I am right now.
Yeah.
Defense seems okay. I enjoyed Susie. Susie was a good pickup. Will Borgen is good. That second line defense is good. Even Vakanainen too. He was physical, nice. Don't have much of a beat on Gavrikov here, but obviously with Foxy there, that's cool. I feel like not having Miller is good.
Gavrikov, I rave reviews.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
I'll have to
Kings,
dive
right?
more into. Yes.
I'm surprised you don't know him because you were always big Kings.
No, yeah. I mean, I remember when he came over, but I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to remember. I feel like we talked about it. I'd have to look back into it, but we'll see, dude. Again, I mean, whatever.
And the Josh B. Rangers report is brought to you by. I'm telling you, you're going over the top, and I know too. Like it's one of those things. Like you act like this, you act like that. Season opener is it against Pittsburgh?
Is it actually?
I know it's at home.
Make that shit up, dude. Rangers season opener. Tuesday, Pittsburgh, October 7th.
And then it's a 3-2 overtime victory. Miller game winner. You're gonna be all jacked up. All this stuff that you just said is not gonna even.
It's gonna be a long season, dude. It's a lot of games. All right, dude.
No, man. Right though. This is the preseason sob story. Listen,
I hope so. I hope you prove me right or prove me wrong.
Well, and too, I just do like the whole no expectations, people doubting them. Because usually teams play better when it's like that, especially a team like the Rangers.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's gonna be the Rangers. It's New York. You're gonna have pressure to perform. You're gonna be under the limelight. Sullivan, the storyline with him with the Rangers, like that's kind of crazy. And obviously, I don't know, man. There's always pressure for the Rangers to be a successful team. I mean, when they miss the playoffs, it's an embarrassment, you know, and that's what it was last season.
I just don't get how their roster's not better though. I think their roster is better. Kendrick Miller, all the complaining about Kendrick Miller over the years. Chris Kreider, what the abomination he was last year, and then the fact that Peralt could be the rookie of the year, Tony. Was that what works in hockey? Like, he only played a couple of games, so he could still win it, right?
Yeah.
But no, he can't be? Like
you mean like talent-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, dude. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again,
you want the President's Cup team back.
Dude, I want the President's Cup. Like, that was my confidence. My confidence was in that team.
You wish we still had Laviolette.
It's just, again, like I had
Trouba.
Such a high expectation, and I had confidence that they could win the cup there with that team, with that roster, that it just, for me, it just seems like that anybody that jury brings in, it's like, how could I think that they're going to be better than that and then actually win something? And even if I do think they're a better roster, how could I think they're going to win anything, dude?
It's different for me. I'm late to the game here. I'm a blimp on the radar in this 30-year drought that they've had. However, I just look at it as they can build towards something. I think they have the right coach. I think JT Miller is the feisty captain that you want. You got rid of the dead weight, and then I think they're younger and faster. And I've been telling you that it's like, I know, hockey, grizzled vets, all of that, but you need to get younger. And I feel like that's what they've done. And I like the prospect of Peralt being big this year and being a big player for the Rangers.
I hope so, but I can tell you, I mean, like the last time the Rangers successfully developed somebody was probably Chris Kreider.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, again, I mean, listen.
You're gonna eventually, though. That's
watching,
like what we talked about. Same stuff has to happen, right? I mean, that's the same thing.
Maybe
to
this
be
is
fair,
it. Maybe this is
fair.
it. Maybe this is it.
And you were, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you said game one, what?
Oh, no, I'm game one. Like, I'm going to be dialed in. I'd love to go to the game. I'd be there if I could. Okay. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be rooting, dude. The Dempsey stakeout. I'll be rooting for the Rangers, but it is, it's just right now. My confidence is low. Maybe I'm doing this subconsciously so I can, maybe be happy.
But don't be Josh B. That doesn't work. I'm just saying.
Like, no, it doesn't
the whole
work.
Josh B. Like, oh,
doesn't work.
No. Once it starts, it's
you're
all
negative.
equal.
You're negative.
Right. And it's like, you still want your team to win. And if there's no Yankee playoff conflict, I would love to do a Dempsey stakeout. And even if it doesn't end up working out, like just watching him at Dempsey's,
that's sick, dude. The burgers,
but it feels like, though, that there's going to be a playoff conflict. But even if there is, we're obviously just going to go to a game after the playoffs.
The fish and chips, dude.
I can't
shepherd's
wait.
pie.
That's going to be sick, dude. I can't
Starving,
wait.
Dude.
But we'll be there by November. That's for sure.
Yes.
But what else we got here?
Matthew Ryan spewing nonsense. Tony thought the Mets would make the playoffs. LOL. Tony, Mets Rangers suck, he says.
I don't know. I think everyone's high on the Devils, but I think we're going to be better than the Devils.
Honestly. And then I guess Ernie going, let's go Golden Knights, dude.
I just don't get, I don't know. Just like, why not like the Rangers? Like, you're going to go to Vegas, Ernie?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. His teams are kind of all over the place. And then he wants to go talking shit. Him and Matthew Ryan having a cup of coffee together. Soto equals World Series. Remember, win the division. Cy Young, Holmes. Listen. The Mets are going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the wild card. And then, you never know.
Yeah. I said I'm going to stick with them to make that third wild card. So let's see what happens, right?
Yes, let's see what happens, dude.
But despite the pessimism, the ever-growing pessimism on the Rangers. Is there any juice for you for the hockey season? Because I know you always say you like hockey in general. Like, do you think it's gonna be sick that it's back or no?
No, yeah, it will be sick that it's back, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's not. Regardless of who's on the Friday night game, the West Coast games are at the Horseshoe. I'll be dialed in. The Kings, obviously. And then of course, what are the Panthers gonna do? Who's gonna rise up to beat down the Panthers finally? Think about even a team like the Bruins, who obviously traded Marchand, kind of dumped a lot of players, try to reformat their squad. Obviously, Pittsburgh is going to be very questionable what happens with Pittsburgh as well. They have some aging stars. They want to get rid of Mike Sullivan, who formerly coached Crosby, now with the Rangers. So, the storylines there are great. Is Winnipeg going to get over the hump? Is fucking Edmonton going to get over the hump, dude? Who knows? Are you going to see Edmonton in the Cup final for the third year in a row? Maybe. Maybe not. So I think the storylines are there. Dallas, another team too. Colorado. I mean, dude, it's gonna be like there's gonna be some high octane hockey. I mean, the season last year was so tremendous, and so like gut wrenching, nail biting, down to the wire. Every playoff series, even leading up to the playoffs with the wild cards. Minnesota, were they gonna make it in the wild card? Who knows? So I mean, I think the Golden Knights also being a team, Ernie, that I would anticipate being competitive. Aiden Hill ready to go for the year. So yeah, you're stoked. You're stoked for the season. Another year, even maybe another different Canadian team may pop up. Montreal, dude, St. Louis, that young roster, another year together. They could be rustling some feathers. So, I think the stories are there for hockey. It's gonna be sick to be watching hockey again, no doubt. Maybe some fantasy action. Who knows? But regardless, I mean, as a hockey fan, you got to be stoked.
Couple things here. First, who would you rather see win this year? The Panthers or the Oilers?
The Panthers, I guess.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers are. I mean, I have no gripe against the Panthers necessarily as an organization, and I mean, I feel like the way that they're playing hockey is just—it's obviously very hard to beat, being back-to-back Cup winners, but it's also just like different, like no one's played hockey like them in quite some time, with the speed, with the aggressiveness, with the physicality. So yeah, I guess I would rather see them three-peat, to be honest.
And has the team three-peated since the Islanders won 4 or no?
I'm trying to think, dude. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because the Penguins did 3 out of 4, 2 in a row. I think same thing with the Blackhawks too. I'd have to double check, but I don't think so.
Feels like it, right?
Yeah.
And then a couple more here. How many, like, with the way you're talking, because you're like expecting the Rangers to miss the playoffs again, how many wins do you think you're gonna have?
The Panthers?
No, the Rangers.
Oh, sorry. Oh, the Rangers.
Definitely the Islanders, by the way. It has to be.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going down. Penguins 90, and then Oilers, Islanders
80 to 83.
And then the Canadians did it right before them, dude.
There you go.
That must have been, by the way, like to be an Islanders fan,
yeah.
like in the early 80s, right there, like that, dude, to win 4 years in a row.
Well, I think also in all major sports, that's the last time a team won 4 in a row.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the Canadians and Islanders did it back to back.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I thought they had won 3. I didn't realize the Canadians won 4 too.
4 and 4, dude.
But yeah, Rangers wins. What are we talking? In your eyes?
In my eyes, I mean, let's say if they do make the wild card, let's see, like, what is that going to be? Like, I don't know, fucking. Yeah, 40 wins, I guess. 45 wins, maybe.
Okay, and then last year, 45 could get you in. I mean, the Devils,
45 would get you in for a wild
and
card
last year
spot.
they had what, 35?
39
or 39.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you're saying 45, but they're not in
a wild card. No, I can see them making a wild card.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's gonna be tough. I mean, obviously, it's tough to say now this early on. But yeah, I guess you can say they'll be hovering on the wild card spot. I mean, think about it. Last year, Detroit went on a tear towards the end. So did Columbus as well. Columbus was like coming out of nowhere. So, are those teams going to do it again? I don't think so. Montreal probably will be better. Ottawa, I don't think so. Devils, you never know, could hit the schneid a little bit.
Rangers better than the Islanders this year.
Yeah. Are the Caps going to be a 51 win team again?
Probably not.
Probably
Ottawa
not,
could take a step
dude.
back. Kachuk could be a Ranger by March.
You never. Yeah, maybe that was hopeful last year.
Yeah,
that would have been sick.
He didn't sign like an extension or anything, though, right?
No, I don't think so. But they did say they were not interested. Let's see, dude. Under contract for an 8-year term. Contract signed in 2021 and is set to expire.
Okay, but it's expiring in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So tough start. You never know, right?
Yeah, you never know, dude. Getting paid $8.2 million. So think about that.
Yeah. And then Kev had texted me this, I guess, Prime Video of picking up some Masters coverage.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was just looking at the article.
How do you feel about that?
Didn't really say that they would have like different announcers or anything, but I think it would be awesome, like kind of like to round out his career. I mean, he's called every game, every sport you can think of. Al Michaels, little Masters coverage. How ridiculous would that be?
That would be sick. Matthew Ryan's trying to call in. Do you want
2 hours of coverage from 1 to 3 during the first second round? I mean, I guess on the way out for what, 60 seconds?
The 60 seconds on the way out here. Hold on, stand by.
Tony,
Matthew, dude.
Tony.
That's what he sounds like.
Yes, dude, it does.
All right, stand by here. Bluetooth unmuted on the phone.
How do we lose to the lowly Twins?
I mean, at least you started with something that mattered. But listen, it's one game. It was embarrassing. But we're gonna win tonight, so we just gotta leave that in the past, Matthew. I mean, it should have happened, yes, but at least Rodon pitched well.
Embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but you just win tonight. And listen, the division's over, so let's just get the number 1 wild card. How do you do that? You win the most of your games. You win today, you win tomorrow, you take another series, and you go to Baltimore. And that's it.
Bang.
Nothing more, nothing less.
I really didn't want to play in the wild card round.
Neither do I, but I mean, it's like the Blue Jays don't lose, so we have to, you know.
We're gonna have to go against the Red Sox.
I want to go against but I want to go against the Red Sox because I want to beat them. You know?
Yeah, I know, but hey, at least we made the playoffs this year so far.
Yeah, but no, everything's good. You know, last night wasn't great. Maybe the late flight, maybe not. But I think a resounding victory tonight, man.
Resounding.
We need a beat down. I want to beat
10.
down.
What did I say? Did I say 10-0?
I think you said 10-0. Yeah.
I think I did, but
it has to be at least 8-0. At least.
Yeah. No, it will be. It will be Jazz 30-30. Definitely.
Yeah, and then I watch every baseball game. I put money on the Padres today to dominate the Mets 9-1.
9, huh?
That's a good pick right there, dude. How much money did you put on, dude?
The out of the playoffs.
Put money on it, dude.
Tonight, baby.
Put money on it, dude.
But you know, I listen. I don't blame you for that one. But I know you were talking about hockey a little bit too. I'm telling you, Devils with expectations, Rangers with no expectations. Yes, you did take Don LaGreca from us. But other than that, I think Rangers better season. I think the Devils wilting Matthew under pressure this year.
Right.
No, I think the Devils are going to take down the Panthers.
Fired midseason?
Probably, right?
Not exactly playoff success for Keith.
No, Matthew. Sorry, dude.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah, it's all right, dude.
But let's go Yankees.
Still owe me a steak, dude. Still owe me a steak dinner, by the way.
Yeah, well, have fun watching the Yankees play in the playoffs while the Mets are golfing.
You're golfing, all right, dude. You suck at golf, all right?
I just wanted you to realize how bad the Mets are. They've been terrible.
They're gonna make the wild card.
Work to be done, though. Work to be done.
No, it's not in hand yet.
Yeah, gotta hold their own.
Gotta hold their own, which they will.
And then a live comment here. Kev Deuce says, "Get that Jabroni off the phone."
Jabroni?
Hey,
he means jabroni. Yeah. You hear that, Matthew Ryan? You're a jabroni.
I'm not a jabroni. I'm honest. I'm just watching the game.
No, but do you?
And Tiny Tony was like, "Oh, with Soto, we're gonna be so good."
I mean, Soto's been absolutely slaying.
I wouldn't keep going because we don't want Kev to call in and then just talk about you Yankee fans and how you haven't watched enough championships. We don't need to hear that, Matthew. We get it. We know. But yeah, let's just dominate the Twins tonight. All right.
Yeah, let's show the league who's the real powerhouse.
Kim Schlittler, 6 scoreless, 10 strikeouts, and as Tony would say, going on. Or no?
That's what we would say. Going gone. Thank you very much, Matthew Ryan. Enjoy your day, dude. Does that mean you say goodbye? All right, yeah. Oh, yeah. 2-8. All
right. Man. But really, really good show. Kind of a surprise hockey segment there. I wasn't even.
Yeah, dude. That was nice. That was very nice, dude. I guess it is nice. Get checked out for the season. Let's go, dude. Winter's coming. Dude. The cool air, the breezes.
Jack Dempsey's.
The snowfall.
Oh, dude, the Rangers night. It really is so sick. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I can't wait for that. But yeah, so that being said, great show today.
Hell yeah.
Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe all of the archives in the YouTube page, Tony Michael Renee and Jay in costume, the merch at downtime.tv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.